what was it? When I ask you a few questions, I might be just typing things away. So if it looks like I'm ignoring you, don't worry.
Yeah, no worries.
It might be just me sorting out the description and all that. Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sports live watch along of Bayer Leverkusen versus Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga this afternoon. And joining me is Sebastian True. And well, Seb, you know, we this is a second Saturday in a row, so we must have not much going on at the moment because we seem to have a lot of free time watching these football games. But how do you feel ahead of this one? This should be a good one because we watched an absolute cracker last night of
Oh
Borussia
yeah,
Mönchengladbach. Well, I was going to say thrash. They didn't thrash them, but they beat Dortmund 4 goals to 2, which the Dortmund worries continue. But Mönchengladbach now fourth in the table, Seb, and well, I think they deserve it, getting wins over Bayern München and Dortmund, and also being very close to beating Stuttgart away from home. So this is becoming a very interesting season.
yeah, mainly because how tight it is at the top, and even well, it's not fair. But Borussia Mönchengladbach are 8 points behind Bayern Munich, so there's still a long way to go until the end of the season. I'm looking forward to Bayer Leverkusen. I was impressed with their win against Dortmund tonight. I thought, even considering that there are quite a few inexperienced young players in this side, they can find a way to win such a match. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't say I know a lot about Wolfsburg though. They are in the hunt for Champions League football as well. So this is if you wish, a Champions League face-off. Well, not Champions League, a Champions League position face-off. So should be good. Should be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. What's your scoreline prediction for this one then?
Well, so they played the first game of the season against each other, and that was 0-0. If not, it's usually the away team that wins this fixture.
Hmm.
But I still think it's going to be Bayer Leverkusen at home who win. I just think after Wednesday night they didn't look tired, considering, and it's almost the same lineup. I think they'll get the win. I think they'll just about get a win against Wolfsburg.
Okay, so the game has just kicked off. Leverkusen kicking off the game. They're playing in the all-black home kit, while Wolfsburg, well, they're wearing their blue, their turquoise kind of kit, all in turquoise, which I thought they'd be in their green kit today because I don't see how it matches.
It seems like one of those third kits. That's what teams are doing now. I've noticed a lot more
Yeah.
during lockdown because I'm taking a guess that they have to try and promote it. So
Yes.
instead of wearing their away kits, they won't wear their away kit. It doesn't seem like teams do anymore. They'll just wear their third kit, unless they really can't wear their away kit.
And of course, as I mentioned, the game has just begun, so we will put our scoreboards up. Give us a moment. A chair did arrive for me 5 minutes before our stream, so I was quite excited about that. Then remembered I had a job to do.
No time for the chair.
No time for the chair, not yet. Anyway, later on. Well, it's a goal kick for Wolfsburg, first one of the game. Of course, let us know in the chat page your scoreline predictions, and don't forget to subscribe to Let's Talk Sport. Very much appreciate it. They won't kill you. It looks as though they're playing a 4-3-3 Leverkusen, from what I'm seeing. The one player I do like is Ilario, who's up front. He's their top goal scorer so far this season. Leverkusen have got off themselves a free kick. And it looks as though with Wolfsburg they're going with a 4-2-3-1 formation.
Yeah, it's. I find it's a bit more uncommon, the 4-2-3-1 in Germany.
Yeah. Yeah, I even made the scoreboard have green on it as well. Can't believe it.
You're putting all the effort in, Jamie. Putting all that effort in.
I guess that's the thing, though. Like with these third kits, now yes, you're right. It is definitely a thing. It's a trend and all that kind of thing. And some of them only wear them. Oh, hang on, Leverkusen have got a chance here. Oh, it's been stopped on the goal line. Oh, he had the shot across the face of goal, but there was two Wolfsburg defenders that got there and were able to cover the ground, and they did very well. But it was all tangling. They weren't sure where the ball was going. But Bayer Leverkusen stay goalless here against Wolfsburg. But Seb, a good chance that was. Good defending.
Yeah, they nearly put it in their own net, didn't they, Wolfsburg? This Leverkusen are quick. They can break through quickly. They press quickly. So it's something to watch out for. Not Dortmund. I keep saying Dortmund. If Wolfsburg can stay tight, organised, there shouldn't be too many problems. But it's hard to defend against this Leverkusen team.
I think. I'd imagine a lot of people would have had Leverkusen as favourites today.
They have to be also being at home. That's just simple matter of it, isn't it?
Yeah. But I still don't know if I just keep wondering if home and away really does make a difference at the moment. I guess there's still the disadvantage of travelling, especially in Germany. How big the country is compared to something like England when you have the Premier League, etc. But I still wonder if that's the only real disadvantage you have at the moment. You get used to the facilities. Sorry, the facilities are different as well, so you're not used to that when you go away from home. But
yeah, there's definitely an effect. There's definitely an effect. It's probably not as big as it would be normally. I know playing I'm no professional footballer, everyone knows that, but even at amateur level, there have been seasons that we played where you have basically no fans or not a lot of them, and even just not being on your own pitch, that can change a lot, because football pitches aren't the same dimension either.
No.
Let's not forget that. Wembley notoriously is bigger than any other stadium in England. So when you try and have long throw-ins, you're going to struggle at Wembley.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, later on we have our final whistle show that starts at 5:30. Sebastian True will be keeping an eye on AC Milan versus Atalanta, which on paper should be an exciting one. Of course, AC Milan have been really good this season actually in the league.
Well, they're slowing down a bit in their form, but they're still grinding out victories. And Atalanta, despite them drawing the other day against Udinese and also against Genoa, they seemed a bit like fluke results. But since the Champions League has come to a halt, they've managed to find some energy, some fitness, and they're really getting back into their rhythm.
Absolutely.
And
Ibrahimovic, for example, he's still got it, hasn't he?
I was curious. I didn't think the transfer would work, but I've been proven wrong, and really wrong. He's made it without Zlatan. I don't think AC Milan are anywhere near first, and I know he hasn't. He's been injured for quite a while now, and I get that. But there's a lot. He's trying to take a lot of the pressure onto his shoulders as well. He's typically putting out social media posts trying to absorb the responsibility instead of it being on those young players. And I never knew Zlatan was a leader, but now I can definitely see it at AC Milan.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I must admit, as a United fan, I miss him more and more. Having Cavani in hat kind of covers up a little bit of that, but Zlatan.
Ooh, and that hits the post there.
Did I think it was a cross in, and it took a head. Oh, it looked certain that as well from behind the goal angle. Goalkeeper knew he was beaten and all that. He was lucky.
Big mention.
On his side.
Yeah, the header just goes over afterwards. Mention that for Bender, who is in this team today, because his brother is on the bench as well. His twin brother, sorry.
Is he young? Twin brother, so the same age, or?
Yes. So this is Lars Bender, who's currently playing, and he's out injured. He's been injured for a while. What am I saying? But yeah, the two twin brothers who are retiring at the end of the season. They'll be 32. And they both played for Dortmund as well, I think. Or was that only Sven? But obviously, just being a twin, I had to shout it out there.
Of course, do get in touch with our chat page. Wolfsburg have a throw at the moment on the far side. It's now with Baku. No, not the city of Azerbaijan's capital. Oh, they could get through here. It's 3 against 4 in the box. Oh, Stefan. Oh, just off target. And I think really, Seb, when it's early on in the game, as long as you can get 1 or 2 shots in, it gets you going.
Yeah, and Wolfsburg won't need too many shots with a natural goal scorer like Weghorst, who, let's not forget, also had 16 goals last season. Halfway through this time, he's got 12, so projections say that he'll be even better this season.
Yeah.
And impressive from the Dutch striker.
Of course, we've got other games going on. Seb, the big one early in the FA Cup, Southampton knocking out the holders Arsenal.
Yeah, I can't pretend that I watched that, but it's a good result.
It is
for Southampton.
I mean, Southampton are having a great season. I think it was an own goal. I didn't watch the game.
Yeah, Gabriel.
Either, but...
Gabriel scored an own goal.
Oh dear. Does he? Oh yeah, Gabriel's is a summer transfer, wasn't he? I always get mixed up with him and another Gabriel. Wasn't there two Gabriels that played for Arsenal?
I can't think right off the top of my head, but it must be. Well, there must be. I don't know. I don't have a clue.
Where's Seb with his Googling? Sorry, not Seb, Joe. Like last night. If any of you watched us last night, we did have some random topics which involved a bit of Googling.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about, exactly. Looked as like there was a late challenge there when Wolfsburg went up. Was there? Oh, no, it's just an injury.
So just keeping up to date on the other games, Stuttgart have taken the lead against Freiburg.
Stuttgart, is this a Stuttgart at home?
Stuttgart are away, and Freiburg.
They'll never win at home.
it's the thing, they won't win at home. But they're against Freiburg, who actually have got. Well, recently have got who are in form at home. Let's just say. Yeah, Stuttgart have 5 points from all their home performances this season out of 8 games. And considering that Stuttgart are on 25 points, that means they've got 20 points away. No, 17. 20 if they win today. 20.
Not bad. Not bad for a team that came up. But
no. Yeah, but Stuttgart, it's almost like, I don't know, Aston Villa in England. They're not teams that you know. How does it? You wouldn't reference them as a championship team. Or Stuttgart aren't a second Bundesliga side normally.
Wolfsburg have got a bit more possession again after the restart.
Yeah, and Wolfsburg are trying to apply this high pressure as well. Or this constant pressure, should we call it. Trying to move quickly. But it's just decision making. It's like that cross that got blocked, he could have played his teammate through on the ground.
Got a new chair set. I don't know what I'm expecting, but I've got a new chair today.
Good day when you get a new chair.
This is the thing though. Like the one I've got at the moment is wooden, and it's.
Oh, you're on a wooden chair.
I know.
Ah.
It's not. Yeah. It's done its purpose. You get kind of used to it, but no, I need a proper chair. It's a chair that we've had for a very long time. Actually, probably when even Christopher was in this room, because this is my brother's old bedroom, and then I took over, which has been a good while. But yeah, the new chair, I don't know what it looks like, because work offered me it. It's like, oh, we can send you a chair if you want. It's like, yeah, all right. They never sent me a picture or anything, so it could be another wooden chair. Whenever it's free, it's not going to be. Well, I hope it's good. We'll see.
So on show today is former Dortmund manager Peter Bosch. He was manager of Dortmund for a little while in 2017, and didn't last 6 months. Let's just say.
Well,
just about.
I mean, we saw Dortmund last night in a disaster zone, really, as Erling Haaland got them with 2 goals, and the only goals of the night, and they conceded 4. But
yeah, that's not good, is it?
Terzic is just. I still think, I mean, we talked about this a week or so ago, I think when we watched the Mainz game against Dortmund, where it just feels like the decision to let go of their previous manager was just a bad idea when he only
It's
had
baffling.
A few months left.
I thought if they sacked Favre, they had a plan. They had a plan to get in the Champions League this season.
Yeah.
But hiring Terzic, that doesn't sound like a plan. That sounds like filling in the gaps so that the reservoir doesn't leak.
Yeah.
You know, that meme where he slaps some tape on that water container.
Yeah.
It seems like and it still comes through. It's almost like Terzic. Yeah, good one. Peter Bosch has managed to regain a good reputation at Bayer Leverkusen, considering they're in the title hunt as well. Yeah, former Ajax manager as well.
Actually, the current Ajax manager is linked to the Mönchengladbach job, I read last night.
It seems to make there's going to be a merry-go-round of some sort because Dortmund will be hiring a manager, and I don't think they'll be going down the Tuchel road.
No.
I actually said this to some friends, and it seems like the weirdest thing possible, and it's almost unimaginable. But is there a possibility Tuchel going back to Dortmund for 6 months? I've mentioned this to you, and
I don't think it's a bad shout.
Well, their relationship is absolutely toxic. I think if
but that was like him with PSG though.
Tuchel can be like that, but I reckon I said this as soon as Favre was sacked. I said this all to you. I think they have to. I think they'd have to.
If they want to save their season.
Yeah, and I think it suits both of them a 6-month job.
Yeah.
It gets Tuchel's reputation back on the.
I do think
back on top, and also Dortmund saved their Champions League hopes.
I think, as a daft thing to suggest as well, Seb, in a world right now where a lot of countries are in lockdown and there's not really much to do, it gives them something to do, doesn't it? You know, in the zone. I know that seems a bit daft. But
yeah, but Tuchel likes to take a break every now and then, and I guess this will be a break.
Where's he going?
But I still think, yeah. Well, I don't know where he goes, but I'd suggest that, yeah, Dortmund probably have to try. And I think anyone who is hearing this will probably say, you serious? That Dortmund hiring Tuchel as manager again? No, never. But I think they have to really protect their asset now, because if they don't get Champions League football, it could be extremely disastrous for Dortmund. Not like say, for instance, if Chelsea miss out on Champions League, it wouldn't be as disastrous. But if Dortmund do, they're going to lose their players.
Sancho, Haaland,
and they rely so much, and
players.
Their finances they're not this enormous brand like Bayern Munich is, so their finances come through qualifying for the Champions League and things like that. Obviously they'll be able to sell players, so that'll be fine, that'll compensate in some way, but if they don't invest in the squad, then they could just drop slowly. So Champions League for them is essential.
Dortmund not in the Champions League, that'd be crazy.
They're still in the Champions League, yes. And who is it again they're facing in the next round?
Dortmund.
Seville.
That'd be a good game.
I don't know. I don't know if it'll be a good game. So Freiburg have equalised.
Dortmund to win, but you know the way they're playing, you just never know. I mean, it has become.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's Seville. I'm going to check now. Yeah, it's Seville. Not overly convinced with Seville. They're 5th in the Liga now, but this is a below par season in the Liga as well. I'm not all convinced. I'm not convinced with any La Liga clubs right now.
Diaby. Oh, his shot is just off target. I think they've got themselves a corner. I think that might be their
See, they go forward quickly, don't they?
They do.
And that's the problem with Wolfsburg playing high. They've had no defensive midfielder to cut off that attack, and Leverkusen could just run through that defence or run through the lines there.
Oh no, it's offside. I thought it was a corner, but
yeah, I thought that'd be a corner. So Leon Bailly was offside there.
I'd imagine so. Definitely not Diaby.
I say Bailly. I don't know if it's Bailey because he's Jamaican. So
Jamaican footballers.
Where's Morgan?
Yeah, that's the only one I can really think of. Or like,
you say Ball?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to type this in now.
Technically, that does count. He was played in the A-League.
It's true. For a bit. So the first that comes up is obviously Leon Bailey. Bailey. Sorry, I keep saying that. Ricardo Fuller.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about Ricardo.
Robbie Earl.
I think he was English, like an English player.
Yeah, but it's like these things where they couldn't make the national team, so they check if they've got relatives from a different country. Because you've also got Robbie Earl as well.
Robbie Earl, yeah, he's a pundit in America now.
Yep.
Which I've seen him on. I don't know which one. Is it NBC that they have over there for the Premier League?
I'm not sure.
But
Yeah.
They even have a show named after him. I can't remember what it's called. But
on this list, Ravel Morrison has come up. I'm confused.
What's in the?
Yeah, the one you're thinking of.
The United one.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. So he plays for Jamaica. He's chosen Jamaica.
Oh. I guess
I
the
didn't.
best you can get with Jamaica is you can play in the Gold Cup, the CONCACAF Gold Cup, which is normally what, every 2 years, every four, something. I don't know.
Yeah,
They keep changing.
I never can keep up with their schedules.
No, they always change it, but that's like the same with Africa Cup of Nations. Because no offense to both competitions, but who gives a fuck? Unless
We
you're
say with Euro 2020 being played in 2021.
still, I know even the logos are the same, aren't they? They haven't changed it.
I don't know if you saw the logo for the Olympics in 2020.
No.
It was amazing. That logo was perfect. And I'm not usually a big fan of the Olympics logos, but it was almost like, of course, the year where we had a perfect logo, it had to be cancelled.
Yeah.
The logo was too good for this world. So Leipzig, I'm just checking now. I've gone 1-0 up, and it's talking of Americans. It's Tyler Adams who's put them in the lead. So that's his first goal since he scored against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League.
What's this thing about Ahmed Diallo? Diallo has been trending on Twitter, which I must check. As a United fan.
Don't know. It could be many Diallos, couldn't it?
It looks as though Martin Odegaard could be heading to Arsenal on loan.
I like that. I think Martin Odegaard's still got a lot to prove, and why not at Arsenal? But then again, do you remember Denis Suarez?
Yes. Yeah.
So a Spanish creative midfielder, and couldn't hack it at Arsenal. It's what Arsenal crying out for, some sort of flair attacking midfielder, a number 8 almost. Odegaard could kind of be that. I don't know whether he could perfectly fill the 8 role. I think, yet again, I've not really seen him play, but I think he plays out on the wing sometimes. Someone will have to confirm that with me. So Diallo is trending. I'm intrigued now.
Looks as though Pellistri is closing in on a loan move away from United before the end of the month, which makes sense. Apparently,
He's just trending, just generally, isn't he? I think.
Yeah, I mean, my brother literally just sent me a link about Diallo on. Well, it's from the Mirror, so obviously it's.
Well.
There, but it says that Solskjaer's transfer U-turn hints at Amad Diallo's impact at Man United.
Okay.
United have been in the market for a white winger for more than 12 months, for Solskjaer opting to bring in exciting youngsters in the 2 most recent weeks. So does that mean, from that headline, does that mean that Diallo might actually has been surprising Solskjaer? Or I'm not really sure.
I guess so.
When they say transfer U-turn, does that mean they're actually looking for a white winger all of a sudden? Well, I say all of a sudden, we were after Sancho last summer.
I don't know. I'd like to see him get some minutes tomorrow against Liverpool. So just to go over the stats, Leverkusen apparently are dominating possession with 62%. Not really surprising by the looks of the game. I want to come back to Leon Bailey, sorry. Ooh, and Castells has been called upon to save there.
Yeah, it's a good save.
Yeah. I always thought he could go on he had great potential when he was younger. He broke through in the Hoffenheim team when he was really young, and it just hasn't gone further while he's been at Wolfsburg.
Well, they've got themselves a corner here, Leverkusen. Which finally they've got a corner after the last one was offside.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming in. No look there. And Wolfsburg get rid of it with Stiffer. Oh, now it's with Baku. Again, not the Azerbaijan city. By Leverkusen.
Loving it, aren't you? Just gonna mention.
It's a great surname.
Yeah. Leon Bailey. I'm saying it wrong. Why? He was one of these players as well. Well, he's still only 23, so he's quite young, but he was hyped up so much, and maybe at the beginning didn't reach that potential, but I think now he's really getting into his stride in this Leverkusen team. I would like to see the move go through Sunday. I think he's a real talent. And that goal he scored, I can't remember against who, where he shoots outside the box, and well, he basically dribbles it from a short corner, and then just curls it into the far top corner. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I have to say, even though Leverkusen are dominating possession, it doesn't seem like they're very delicate with it. There's no real method of how to keep it. It's just that the ball's got to go forward. It seems a bit like that. Then again, that's the way they play. It's full on.
So I said, just testing out the stream on my phone, but your mic sounds a bit louder.
Terrific. Terrific. That's all we wanted.
I was trying out the stream on my phone there, I had the volume up and muted my mic, and I couldn't hear it, and I was like, oh crap, if I cut left something on mute.
Yeah,
and I realised my wireless earphones are connected to it.
Gaming technology.
Oh, I hate technology. So much.
How's OBS for you?
Yes. Don't say the O word ever again.
So not too thrilling yet the game, but I think it's
going
to get there. So last weekend I don't know why, if it was while we were doing a stream, that I was watching Leipzig versus Wolfsburg 2-2 game. And that was fun. That was fun. Wolfsburg actually absolutely dominated the first. Well, dominated. It's a bit harsh to say. They both had their chances, but the clear-cut chances in the first half came for Dortmund. No, sorry, not Dortmund. Why do I keep saying Dortmund? Wolfsburg. And the second half, it was Leipzig. I think Leipzig had 7 shots on target in the second half. And so a draw, maybe fair. Weghorst had a goal that was disallowed because of a handball, and I'm not sure because it looks like Upamecano handles it as well. So I thought it's maybe a bit harsh to rule it out.
Well,
I don't know.
I nearly thought the game we watched last week, Dortmund Mainz, for our YouTube channel was. I thought I picked the wrong game until the last 10 minutes or so, and the excitement of that was absolutely thrilling. The missed penalty from Dortmund, and then Mainz hitting the post at the very end.
And that goal. Let's just keep. Oh yeah. It was while we were watching that game, the Dortmund Mainz game. Exactly. Yes.
Should never have gone in. As in the way Mainz were playing in that game, it was like this is just out of nowhere shit.
It was almost a long ball forward, and he's still far out, but then he shoots it in the top corner.
Yeah.
My head's gone. As you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Berkey, so I'll find any way to criticise him I can.
And then you'll meet him, and then you'll shake his hand and say, "Nice to meet you." I do that as well. So.
Yeah, you got to pretend that you said nothing, right?
Yeah. And then they somehow find out about you from their representatives. It's like, oh shit.
Wow.
It is funny how most clubs have done the same thing and put banners up on their seats and covered them up just to have some sort of background kind of thing going on. But it's funny, I keep comparing some to others and just seeing how they've done it. Like Old Trafford have made sure each section where the TV could see the seat have all got like pictures of fans on, which makes it look cool.
Yeah, it's that little thing extra that we can.
Wow, yeah. But I can't imagine how much money each club is, especially when you have a big stadium, especially Bayer Leverkusen or Bayern Munich or.
Bailey doesn't look offside there, does he?
No, I didn't think he was.
Didn't think he was either. The left back kept him on side. It was
what match time are you on?
Ottavio. I'm on 26 10.
Oh, I'm 20 seconds ahead of you.
Doesn't matter.
Of course, we've got another watch along tomorrow, which will be Man United versus Liverpool. Joe Stanley and Luke Tanner will be there, the Liverpool fans. I will be there. So I think I'll be the only one against 2 Liverpool fans at the moment.
You're looking to be outnumbered there.
Oh, I'm always outnumbered. That's the problem.
I tried helping out last week. I tried helping out.
Yeah, there wasn't really much to say about that game, though, was there?
No, but Luke Shaw, well, back on it, right?
He was great against Fulham the other night.
I remember I like looking through Twitter to see enraged fans. I think it's funny, and I just like to laugh about it. Not comment, otherwise it gets too much. And then someone, yeah, go on.
I do. No. Go on. I'm just go on. You finish.
And someone's saying, Salah wants to know how to get out of Luke Shaw's pocket, and then this Liverpool fan going, Salah wasn't in Luke Shaw's pocket. Luke Shaw was shit all game. Like, we didn't watch the same game then, did we?
No, it's. I mean, I do think if you watch as a neutral, like if he wasn't a Liverpool fan, he probably wouldn't have said that. I do think there's a bit of that going on, bias and all that in certain arguments, which is why with social media I can't be bothered getting involved.
Oh, there's no point.
There's no point because you're just going to add more.
My Twitter notifications are off. I'll see them when I go on Twitter.
Yeah.
So that Leon Bailey got through there, cross that was blocked for a corner. It shows that he's got pace. I mean, if you've not seen Leon Bailey before, you probably wouldn't know, but he's very quick.
Wolfsburg on the attack here. Stefan has dispossessed the ball from the halfway line. He's on the left-hand side at the moment. He's got two in the box to cross to. Doesn't find anyone there.
So I'm going to just turn it to another match, which is Frankfurt beating Arminia, Bielefeld. Frankfurt also just up behind Wolfsburg. If Frankfurt win and Wolfsburg don't win, then Frankfurt go ahead of them. And also mentioning, we talked about Jovic the other day because he made his return and had a great impact. But Andre Silva's revitalising his career over there in Frankfurt. 25 now, had unfortunate spells at AC Milan, at Sevilla. And now he's third top goal scorer in the Bundesliga, which is there's no embarrassment in being behind Haaland and Lewandowski. And so he scored today against Armenia. And I'm happy that he's found the right club.
He's a happy man, Seb. He's proud of his son.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate because I think he went at AC Milan maybe just at the wrong time. Not sure. It's hard to say. So yeah, unfortunately a miss hit there for Wirtz. Yarby does well to get the cross in, and the ball just bounces a bit and scuffs the shot. No problem for Castells. Got
themselves a throw, and Leverkusen in line with the box. Of course, Seb, I might actually do a solo watch along tomorrow of Schalke versus Bayern Munich, which could be an absolute goal fest.
well, how much was it last time? Do you remember?
Was it 8-0?
It was the 8-0.
Yeah, first game of the season.
I'll go for an 8-2. I'm guessing that Hoppe will get some goals. Obviously, Hoppe making a great impact.
I think for Bayern Munich though, they'll need a big scoreline, won't they, just to get themselves. Well, I mean, I think it helps, isn't it? You want to go and get that confident win and just still make that statement and remind people, you know.
But I think there's confidence in the fact that they win 1-0, they're 4 points clear again. Or depending on if Leipzig can't get the win, they've just gone 2-1 ahead against Mainz. But if they don't win, then Bayern can extend their lead even more.
And it was a big weekend for them, wasn't it, last week?
Yeah, we mentioned that Dortmund dropped points, Leipzig dropped points, Leverkusen dropped points. I know I mentioned before that the title race still well and truly is on, but if you look at, for instance, Leverkusen, who even if they get the draw today, they're 6 points behind Bayern Munich at the moment.
From long distance,
a game played more. So it seems like it's going to go down to the wire between Bayern Munich and Leipzig now.
I think with Leipzig as well, the fact that they've lost Werner and they're still up there. I mean, I'm not saying without Werner they were never going to be up there, but they've done all right.
Yeah. They have scored very few goals, but they have got the best defence by far. By far, they've only conceded two less goals than Leverkusen here today, but they have a solid defence. And Gulashi, I have my critics of him as well, but he's been outstanding. He really has, and he's saved them a lot. Upamecano seems to not be too bothered by that 5-0 defeat at Old Trafford and can still perform.
To be honest, that feels like a long time ago now.
It does for both teams, doesn't it?
Yeah, and there's been rumours the last few days of him going to either Bayern Munich or United. I don't expect United to make any signings this month. But,
yeah.
yeah, I think I was watching your favourite channel actually last night, Seb, ESPNFC, and they reckon
They are
Bayern
actually
Munich
funny.
are ahead.
They're actually funny on ESPN. I like them.
I like it. Yeah, it's a good.
You know,
I think it's a good atmosphere.
if you're there for the in-depth analysis, then no. But they do like to have good banter.
Who's the German guy that they have on at the moment? I always forget his name. Not Klinsmann, the other one with the grey hair.
Oh, no, what?
Long kind of grey hair.
Yeah, I don't watch it. I listen, so I don't watch it.
Oh, do they have it as a podcast as well? Do they? Or?
Yep. Yeah, they do.
I got it.
I don't know.
They had some lady hosting it last night. I've not seen before. So
She hasn't. Is that the one with the northern accent?
The blonde hair.
Oh, I don't watch it.
Oh yeah. This is where the connections don't work here, mate. One of us has to sacrifice. Oh, I nearly lost my stream then. It disappeared. It went to black screen. It's come back. I was like, no. As I said, I hate technology. I'm not even using OBS. Ooh, I've got 8 watching this now. Oh, that's fantastic. There's not much going on, is there, really? There's that moment.
It doesn't seem like a goal's coming soon, let's just say.
They come through now, Wolfsburg, and just... Oh, no. He might actually go for goal. No, he chips in. It's a header and it's a goal. Oh, Wolfsburg. And it's 1-0.
I wasn't seeing that one coming, I've got to say.
What did I just say as well? Commentary curse right there. 1-0 to Wolfsburg. Is he offside though? I don't think he is.
And does it really matter because Leipzig are now drawing 2-2?
Yeah.
It's a good cross. That's a cheeky cross.
I love it how again we've picked the wrong game.
So your favourite player today is Baku getting the goal.
What can I say? The commentary I gave him and the introduction I gave him was exactly what he needed.
Another watch along and another Swiss assist. No, there were no Swiss assists yesterday. There was good goals from Swiss players. Let's get that right, Seb. Let's get that right.
Well,
but Stefan getting the assist, yeah. That's a nice cross.
It is. I like crosses like that because
Leverkusen invited it. It almost seemed like they could penetrate quicker behind, but no, they bring the ball back. Wolfsburg and Stefan. That's a lovely cross, but the defence is tight. It's very narrow.
Yeah.
But they're not lined up properly because someone's comes in on the second post and gets a goal, which is Baku. It's a short, nice little dink cross, and that header. Well, it was on a plate for him, wasn't it?
It was definitely. I love headers
the
like
cross.
that.
I'm just going to say the cross. I'm a big fan of that cross. That's clever. It's really clever. But I'm just not sure how Leverkusen were defending that. I mean, it's not like. I mean, it's okay. So you got Tar, who was furthest away, but then the other defender, Sober, I think he's called. What's he doing? What's he doing there? Is he looking out for someone who's going to come on the second post? No, he's not doing anything. But let's not criticise him too much. He's 21.
No, you say let's. You say you.
Yeah, I criticise him there. And I'm currently in a country where the snow is falling down heavily.
Oh, we just had heavy snow earlier. Well, I say heavy, it's not really. But,
yeah, but it doesn't stick in England, does it? Oh, yeah, I need that background. Oh.
So, yeah, Leverkusen 1-0 down. Oh, dear. That's what I'd be saying. I was supporting them.
There we go.
Of course, let us know in the chat page your thoughts on the game or anything else in the Bundesliga, anything football related or even anything.
Any questions? We're open to them.
Or even Bernie Sanders or
his mittens.
It's just everywhere. You can't bloody avoid it.
It's brilliant. I love it. Absolutely love it. I saw a meme where one of my favourite ones.
So where's the picture from? Was that him at the inaugural?
Yeah, inauguration. He sat somewhere in the crowd. I'm not sure. I didn't watch the inauguration. I've got to be perfectly honest. I don't find it interesting saying you are now president. They swear an oath to the Constitution. So what changes? It's like I'd pull out that meme from Back to the Future. I've already seen this one. but then you really technically haven't. Yeah.
I know what you mean.
But the meme with there's one where OJ Simpson is trying on the gloves in court, and they changed the gloves for Bernie Sanders mittens, and I just thought, it's perfect.
I love the detail of that. You know what I mean, where some people are just gonna get it.
Yes, but I think it's hard for. I mean, I think even my mum gets that current meme. It's gone absolutely wild.
I've not met you.
You see, now Wolfsburg almost have. I think they've found. They haven't done this in the match, but this is a solution where they get long balls in, and even if it doesn't go close to Leverkusen's goal, they're not too sure how to deal with it. So that could be a way forward, and I'd advise that. So we talked about odd numbers in different positions, like I can't remember, Kone with the number 2 as a striker. I think Bender having the number 8 as a right back is brilliant. Now, before anyone gets on my back for that, I know he was a midfielder before, so that's where the number 8 comes from. But yeah, just a right back with the number 8 pleases me. But
7 minutes to go till half time.
Yep.
And
because my blood is in need of coffee.
I haven't eaten yet today. I don't eat at the moment.
I was about to say, isn't that just the standard day for you?
Probably. It literally is just crisps.
I was about to say. You see, look, another long ball forward, and Leverkusen can't
keep it.
Well, not that they don't know how to deal with it. It seems heading the ball, just safety, isn't an option.
Would you say Wolfsburg are just defending well, or?
I wouldn't even say so, because Leverkusen have had their chances, not clear cut. They're staying deep when Leverkusen are attacking, but I don't think they're executing it perfectly. I think there's also a bit. I think Leverkusen are also a bit off their game as well, in the way they're shooting.
Well, they've just had another long ball, and this time they've got a corner out of it as they tried to cross it in.
Ooh, we gained another 2, James. Another one.
Another one, sorry.
Another subscriber. Hey.
Oh, nice.
Thank you. I've forgotten the name yesterday.
Wait, you say 292?
No, 3.
3? Oh, I've got it at 292. I thought we lost one. Did we lose one? Oh well.
Oh, maybe my numbers are wrong.
Fuck you.
I've also got the Roma game on in the background, so I've got Spezia who've managed to draw. Well, draw. It's the 50th minute, and I like the phrasing that I put. They managed to beat Rome twice in one match. Let's just say they won in added time, and then they also won because Rome had to forfeit the match, having used 6 substitutes, and that was in the cup. I thought that was just a nice sentence. Winning twice in the same match is some feat.
But you mentioned the cup as well, and the FA Cup is happening all today, and we've got
exactly
our final whistle show later. We'll have our mate Adam Davis keeping an eye on Cheltenham versus Man City, and we'll talk about all the results from the day. All starts at 5:30, which we look forward to, which is a show we used to do at Callan FM, which is an old community radio station in North Wales, which a few of the lads and I did. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, Seb. It was literally just the excuse to just talk football for 2 hours.
Yeah, I can get that. But just to come back on the Coppa Italia, which is, I mean, it's not my favourite competition. I don't usually watch competitions.
PS5 Cup.
The PS5 Cup. Oh, and Roma have got the lead.
Who scored?
I don't know.
Chris Kamara.
I want to put a side note as well. The Spezia goal that they scored, I have no idea what Chris Smalling was doing. He was just walking around while Paul Lopez just flailed the ball away, and just really poor. Oh, and that's neat. That's very neat. Can't see what it is. Oh, it's Mayoral again. I can't say his name. So that's the second of the game.
That's the second, yeah.
To come back to the Coppa Italia, they've got some good games in the quarterfinals now. We've got a Milan derby in the quarterfinals. Okay, Juventus against Spal. We know who should win. We got Napoli against Spezia, who got through, and then there's also Atalanta Lazio. So some really good games for the
Atalanta Lazio would be a good one.
That will be a good one, yes. It should be. Lazio as well, since the Champions League has come to a halt, they're finding their feet again.
When was the last time Lazio won the Serie A? Early 2000s, was it?
Possibly. I don't actually know.
199.
I'm gonna type it up now. See.
3 minutes to go.
Yep. On a Serie A 2000.
2000.
So they've only got 2 Serie A titles, just as much as Napoli.
Under Ericsson, wasn't it, as well? I think. Was it under Ericsson?
Actually, yes. That's the Ericsson era, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's this.
I guess that's what got him the England job.
Yes. Sven-Göran Eriksson miracles, didn't he? That season.
He did. He was up against.
But he got they had. If I'm right in remembering, they had a lot of investment that year.
Yeah.
Lazio team.
Crespo.
They only won it. They only won it by 1 point against Juventus. Juventus was second that season.
And that was when, I might be wrong, that was when Serie A was either the second or the best league in Europe.
Well, not. I think you'd have to give that to La Liga, wouldn't you?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
because that 2000 was the final with Valencia and Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, yeah, and then Valencia got to the final the year after as well.
Yeah, and then afterwards, I'm trying to think of. So 2001 was Valencia again, was it? Possibly not. But then
in what year? Sorry.
2001.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, against Bayern Munich.
Okay, yeah.
And then 2002 was Madrid, and on our team here, Bayer Leverkusen. Good plug in there, Seb.
Of course, yes.
Oh,
absolutely.
Shot on target there from Ottavio.
Oh, now it's 3-1 to Roma. Oh, God.
3-1. Oh, they're on a rampage.
I hope it's Mayoral just so he gets a hat-trick.
If we're talking about Italian football, the one thing I did not know was when I was watching a bit of the Inter Milan game last Sunday night against Juventus, I didn't know that Kolarov went to Inter.
Yeah. I mentioned him.
Every ex-Premier League player is there, aren't they?
Yeah, we mentioned. We did a Champions League video. You were absent, and we round them up a bit. And I was mentioning Inter's transfers, like that of Vidal, of Kolarov, who Conte puts a lot of faith in. Okay, Kolarov is getting less game time now, and as he should, because he's not. I don't think he should be playing for a top side anymore. He's the only thing he's really good for now, I'd say, is his free kicks. That's it. And the worst part is Conte has been playing him in the back three. Now he's been putting him on the wide as a substitute sometimes, but I mean, doesn't seem like a common feature. Yeah, I just didn't understand that one. It didn't make sense to me because playing him in the back three, that they've got Skriniar, De Vries, and Bastoni, and that now looks like their back three that they'll play with, continue with. Against Juventus, they were immense, all three of them. So I didn't get the Kolarov one. I really didn't. But they told him from Roma. I was going
to say, because I remember him at Roma, but I just did not know he moved from Roma.
Yeah, I just didn't get it. I think Inter I don't know why, because it seems like one of those transfers, okay, they had to buy in someone just for reinforcement.
Ooh, that was a moment.
Inter have a very dense squad. Well, they have a very big squad.
Yeah, and
they won't be buying this winter. They'll be offloading.
I thought with all these signings they made, it made me think, has Inter found some money? You know, it was kind of a bit out of nowhere. But actually, just as I say that, it's half time now, as it's Leverkusen
and
0, Wolfsburg
1. Look on the front foot at the end of this first half.
They need to improve a lot, Leverkusen, because there's not really been much threat up front. They've had, as you say, long balls, but actually the management team are sitting on their bench still, looking at their little iPad and wondering, how do we score?
It's not bad. It's not bad from Leverkusen, but you'd be disappointed to be losing such a game. They haven't been threatened too much, but they need to have a bit more fluidity in their attacks. And I mentioned they didn't look tired the other night. Well, they look a bit tired now, don't they? So
maybe they had a few cans last night. Seb.
Oh.
No.
Ooh, low blow there, Jamie.
Low blow. Don't do it at home, kids.
So
drink Heineken Zero instead.
So Freiburg are beating Stuttgart now 2-1. They've come back from 1-0 down. Wamajik, how do you say his name? Wamajituka, that's one, scored the goal. and he's brilliant. At 21 years old, he's absolutely brilliant. He's that's now his 10th goal of the season, I think. And Nicola Gonzalez apparently might go to Tottenham. Missed a penalty
Oh,
right at the end of the first half, and Spezia have got a second goal. Wow, this is something. Smalling again questionable the way he's marking that player, and oh well, they all get taken out there, just cutting through that defense like a butter knife. Yeah,
I do like a bit of butter.
who doesn't? Yeah.
um,
So and then Leipzig are drawing 2-2 against Mainz. So Nick Hatte, how do you say it? Nick Hatte, I'm guessing, scored 2 goals for Mainz there. Defender. So the brace from defenders in Bundesliga is continuing this weekend after Elvedi got his brace against Dortmund last night.
so Seb, it's half time, as you can see on our scoreboard. Half time, Wolfsburg 1-0 up, and at the moment, let's go through the other half time scores around Germany. Augsburg 1, Union Berlin 1, Freiburg 2, Stuttgart 1. Stuttgart, of course, have a much better away form this season. They haven't won at home yet, but this is the one game which is bloody typical again. Leipzig, like they did last week when we instead watched Mainz Dortmund. There's all sorts of goals going on in that. Mainz hosting Leipzig, and it's 2-2 at half time. And in the other game, it's Armenia 1, Frankfurt 3. And the results that we've had so far this weekend is that last night was a great win again for Mönchengladbach, winning at home 4-2 against Dortmund. And then, of course, later on today, it's Hertha Berlin at 5:30. They host Werder Bremen. And then we've got Schalke tomorrow at 2:30. And then Hoffenheim follows that. Hoffenheim taking on FC Cologne. But Seb, Leipzig, it's a little bit worrying, isn't it, for them? Because they can get goals, but they keep conceding as well.
What best defense in the league is now starting to leak goals. We questioned their away form at the beginning of the season, and it was pretty bad. They managed to catch up, and then I think they've gone 6 away games without losing.
Yeah.
So it's not bad, but against Mainz, well, they really need to win that. Mainz still, I don't think, can get out of this relegation fight. Even if they get a draw today, they're still 9 points behind safety. Or
It's such a
it
shame
depends.
for them, isn't it?
They're 9 points behind safety, but they can
Yeah.
get into a relegation playoff spot, which Cologne are currently occupying, who are on 15 points rather than Armenia, who are on 17, just outside that zone.
There's definitely a fight for them, though, isn't there? Like they they went to Dortmund, nearly won, but at least they got something out of it. But they nearly won and hit the post at the end. But that you have them at Bayern Munich, where okay, they did get thrashed at the end, but they were 2-0 up, so they gave them a good game. Certainly gave them a scare, and look at them now against Leipzig.
Well, there's also recently a change of manager in Svensson. Their form is not terrific. It's still a very poor Leipzig Mainz squad, but seems a bit more fighting there, just a bit.
Yeah.
Mainz lost against today's opponent, Wolfsburg, on Wednesday night, was it? Or something like that. But yeah, I don't think they've got any chance of surviving. I think them as well as Schalke are doomed.
Seb, it still says first half on your background. That's
Oh my dear lord.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh,
He didn't see the new background, did he?
So demanding, aren't you? Well, what if I'm behind? There, happy. Yeah, Leipzig.
Yep.
I was going to say Leipzig about the stats, and okay, so Leipzig have dominated possession 63%. I've not got the game on. I actually can probably try and put the game on, but they've had compared to Mainz have had 64 attacks, whereas Leipzig have had 62. So it doesn't seem like they're trying as hard as Mainz to get the win. Mainz it just statistically looks like Mainz are going for it. Leipzig are trying to be a bit more preserved and try and create a proper attack. Yet again, this is just from reading stats.
Looking at the FA Cup scores so far in the fourth round. Of course, last night we did have our watch along with Chorley versus Wolves. Chorley are out, so that means there's no more non-league teams existing in the cup. So that's them going out to Wolves by a goal to nil. But hey, they gave it a good go, Wolves. Wolves had to fight for it, and it took them a wonder goal to win the game. And even late on, they put on some of their strong players that normally are in their first team, but they got the win at the end. And the earlier results: Southampton won. Arsenal, the FA Cup holders, are out. So Mikel Arteta, well, I guess for him, he can focus on the league because their form in the league in the last few weeks have actually been really good, and he's made a good U-turn there at the moment. So maybe it's for the best he focuses on that. But for Southampton, their season continues to be very good, especially in the league when they beat Liverpool recently, and of course getting that win over Arsenal to head to the fifth round. And the latest scores that I believe are all 3 o'clock kickoffs: Barnsley 0, Norwich City 0. Brighton and Hove Albion 0, Blackpool 0, Millwall 0, Bristol City 0. Yep, there's no goals at all. Sheffield United 0, Plymouth Argyle 0. But no, hey, we found some goals. There's one at Swansea City. Swansea 1, Nottingham Forest 0.
So no goals
West
in
Ham
England.
United.
Is that what we're saying?
Pretty much. West Ham United 1, Doncaster Rovers 0. But of course, let's not forget the kickoff times are different with Germany and England. With Bundesliga games normally on at 2:30, and the FA Cup games they're only around 20 minutes in.
Can I make a comment on Arteta?
Of course, yes.
They're 10th. Their form is better. They played against Newcastle, who I think are at this moment in time the worst team in the Premier League, behind Sheffield. I'd say that very confidently.
Really?
Yeah. At the moment, I think they're the worst team in the Premier League. They drew against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace exactly not firing on all cylinders either. They've only got one win in their last 10, I want to say. I don't know. They drew 0-0 there. I didn't watch the game. I actually decided I was going to take a break from football that day, and apparently I'd made the right choice.
You take a break from football?
It was just the day. Wrong. It was just the day. And they beat West Brom. Come on, West Brom have been terrible as well, even under Sam Allardyce. It's turned around the last 2 games, but that first period of Sam Allardyce was atrocious. And that game also on the snowy pitch. Then they played Brighton, who were at home, and Brighton at home are terrible as well. I think they've got the worst or the second worst home record in the Premier League, etc. And then Chelsea. They played well against Chelsea, credit to them, and that's when they turned it around. But the fixtures have been somewhat kind. They're going away to Southampton. They'll play Manchester United at home. They go away to Wolves. They go away to Arsenal, and then they'll have Leeds at home, then Benfica in the Europa League, and then Manchester City at home. So now this is the crunch time for Arteta to really show that this team is progressing in the right direction, because I can't read much into it when you thrash West Brom and when you thrash Newcastle. To me, that should be a given. And even with those wins, they're still 10th. So I'd say let's calm ourselves.
I think funny enough, United are playing Arsenal next week, aren't they? In the Premier League.
Yeah. That's why I mentioned that. And Man United currently have the best away form.
Which will be interesting, because ever since Arteta got the job, okay, he's only played against United twice as Arsenal manager, but he's won both of them.
Yes.
So that there is a bit of form going on for him there that has been good to him. But yes, as you say, Seb. And
I think Solskjaer got it completely wrong against Arteta earlier on. A penalty won it, but I think Solskjaer with the diamond, it just wasn't.
They were there for the taking as well, weren't they?
I mentioned this also earlier on, that when you're playing a diamond trying to break down a midfield of, say, for instance, I think it was Partey and El Neni, two who are very, I wouldn't say the best on the ball, but they're two who are very comfortable playing under pressure. They're players who pass out the most with pressure applied to them. So putting 4 in midfield, a dense midfield like they did United, it just was a bit redundant. You could have had 2 doing that same job, and it wasn't effective anyway, but you could just try and exploit the wider spaces maybe for United. It just wasn't well thought out by Solskjaer. The current diamond was working for him, so he just went, let's just go with it. And that's sometimes what Solskjaer gets wrong, is that he doesn't read the game before it happens. He just says, we're in good form, we're going to continue like this, so let's do it. And that has worked for him in the past, but sometimes he's also been on the receiving end of bad results because of it.
Actually, we were talking about Newcastle before. Of course, they play Aston Villa away tonight, which is at 8 o'clock, which is kind of a forgetful fixture when there's all sorts of other things going on, especially the FA Cup. But yes, there is a Premier League game.
I actually will be watching that. I will be watching that. I'm intrigued to see if Aston Villa can play well and annihilate Newcastle, or break down a deep-lying Newcastle, because Aston Villa, I get the impression when you play high against them, they love it. They can run all over the place. Watkins have not been terrific all the time, but even Traore, I thought, why are they signing Traore? But even him, he's had a great impact at Villa. And yeah, I'd be intrigued to see how they can break down Newcastle. Because let's be
Yeah.
honest, Newcastle aren't going there for the win.
No, no. I mean, I think Villa have been. I mean, they've had a great season so far, but I think also they did go, they feel like they were robbed from the Man City defeat early on in the week, especially with what happened with Dean Smith and the whole offside moment. Which, yeah, I can't believe that, to be honest. I thought that would have been
It actually
obviously
isn't though.
given.
When you do look into the rules, as soon as Tyron Mings does touch the ball, it creates a new phase of play. So
Yeah,
technically,
that's
he's
true.
not offside, but there's something fundamentally wrong that you can just sit far behind a defender. But with goal kicks, there are no offsides.
I think as well. It's just tricky. I mean, I think for Villa as well, though, people have to remember they hadn't played for at least 2 weeks. I think,
But they were
and
good against City. I thought
I thought they did
they're,
well. The stats
they're
would say they weren't much
no,
presence up front,
they would
but
feel
they,
unfortunate.
yeah, but I think they did what was needed.
I mean, the handball, yeah, Cash has his arm out. It's a handball, no question. Then the free kick. I mentioned this to you lot. That free kick shouldn't have stood.
No, I didn't see
Gundogan
it, to
runs
be
in front
honest.
of the wall, and he's basically right next to the wall when that shot comes in, and you have to be more than a meter away. So yeah, that shouldn't have been given because when they're running in front of the wall like that, they're blocking the goalkeeper's view.
Yeah,
That's why I don't know if it's exactly where, but I'm sure it's one of the reasons why you're not allowed to stand in the wall anymore because you're blocking the goalkeeper's view. Yep. And so yeah, that obviously that has an effect on it because the goalkeeper can't. The goalkeeper should probably save the Sterling shot on his near post, but because the
Welcome
City
back.
players run in
We've
front.
seen just one goal so far in this first half. A goal
Your voice
point in the
changed,
match.
Jamie.
We can look
Your
now.
voice changed, Jamie.
Hey,
I'll be right back. I've got to get myself some coffee before this second half.
oh. Well, just looking at the match facts here, the formation at the moment is 4-3-3, and the average positions, which I don't know how long that stat has been around for, but I quite like where they say exactly,
I don't
roughly
like
where.
average position. I don't like it
Go
at
get your
all.
coffee. I'm talking to myself. Wolfsburg have got a formation of 4-5-1, they believe, and the average position, as Seb just said, he's not a big fan of. I don't know. It's quite interesting to see where they are roughly on the pitch, but I guess it's another stat that could be ignored, really. But who knows? That's football these days. It is full of statistics and data, which you either take them or leave them. I guess if you're a coach or, well, especially the people who work in data, and there are people like that out there in football now. They do exist for football clubs, but the bigger the football club, the more they can afford. And actually, good mention here, Timothy Fosu-Mensah, who was an ex-Man United player recently. He joined Bayer Leverkusen this month. He starts his new adventure in Germany, and I'm not sure if this is his debut game. I don't think it is. I might be wrong. I did see. Time does fly very quickly, but I remember the Instagram post of him with the shirt for Bayer Leverkusen to announce his signing and signature and all that for the German club. And who knows what he can do there? I mean, I think for Fosu Mensah, as a Man United fan, I'm glad he's gone somewhere else. I think he was never really going to get played under Solskjaer. He was more of a backup. And there's obviously a lot of depth at United's squad at the moment, so you do wonder um, how much he was needed, and I don't think he was. But talking of transfers, I think the main one that everyone's talking about, and which I think will be a very quiet January transfer window, which so far it has been. We've only got a week left of the market, and that is the Norwegian youth player Martin Odegaard going to Arsenal, which looks to be a loan move from Real Madrid. It's that's Real Madrid for you. They like to give out some of their players on loan. It's very rare, unless they see something in them, that they'll let them go out for a fee. So it'll be interesting if he does go, and I think for Arsenal it would be good to see someone like him playing the Premier League. He's been talked about for a few years now, and who knows what can happen there. But it looks as though the second half is about to begin here between Bayer Leverkusen and Wolfsburg. Better change my background. Now, as of course, it's been a bit of an uneventful first half from what we saw, so we're hoping that it will, of course, get better. Need a bit more goals, and there's going to be a substitution, as I mentioned. Folks, Mensah is coming on, the newbie for Bayer Leverkusen, the ex-Man United player. So he comes on. I think that's the only substitution we have from half-time.
Yeah, I think that's clever business.
How much was he? I don't even know how much.
Very small, a couple of million, I think, or something like that. But his contract was coming to an end, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I mean, I was just saying to our viewers as well, Seb, that it was. Wow, I never saw the rumours of him leaving, but I wasn't surprised when he left.
I think he had to. Yeah, he wasn't being used, but they had to pay. Surely, if his contract was up in the summer, they could have got him for free.
Yeah.
Or not, but I think if he negotiates the deal, depending on the age, if they negotiate a contract agreement, then they would have to compensate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think this is a best agreement. I'm not sure if it's for over 23s or if you have to be 23 or under. Not too sure. If anyone knows, let us know. That'd be good.
I think as well, though, like some people do say leave a player for free until the summer, but I think that's when it gets trickier, doesn't it? We've got a corner here by Leverkusen within the first minute, but I just always think it's tricky because you go to that. If you risk it, then you might never get the player because other clubs are going, "Oh, he's a free transfer, take it."
Yeah,
I think that's the tricky part for a club like Bayer Leverkusen.
There are discrepancies all over, but
they've got some money, haven't they? I'd imagine with the Havertz deal that they got back in the summer.
That's true. But maybe they're just. I don't think Bayer Leverkusen are the richest team in the world. So
no.
When you have
a company.
When you have that 80 million there, it's almost tempting to save it for a rainy day, isn't it?
Yeah. What I find really weird, though, I don't know if it's like this for all company teams. I've never really looked into it, but I do like the whole thing of company teams in football, like PSV Eindhoven and Bayer Leverkusen.
Company teams? What do you mean by that?
Well, they have a company backed, basically.
Okay. Would you class RB Leipzig in that?
Well, yeah. Yeah, easily.
I like the RB Leipzig model. I know that Udinese and Watford, would that be under the same, or is it just because they're the same chairman?
Who's that, sorry?
Udinese and Watford.
I don't know. What I'm saying is in you've got the name in the title as well, as in it's that obvious, like Bayer Leverkusen, and also with PSV Eindhoven, it's run by Philips, isn't it? Again, as I say, I've never read too much into it, but it's something I would like to read a bit more about how it works, because I've got a local team called Airbus UK Broughton, so near Chester, and when I used to help out there, they actually told me the money we get for the team isn't actually from Airbus. It's just the fact that the pitch is on the site of where the factory is, but they, all the money that they make is from the pitch. So there's no actual proper backing from Airbus. I'm not sure how it works, but yet the name's on the team. It's really weird.
I don't know how Airbus works either, but a good example is a lot of them in Germany, now thinking about it, have that sort of philosophy. I mentioned 2 weeks ago, was it, about Schalke? that originally was the club of factory workers in that region, because Schalke is in the western region of Germany, which is very industrial, like Dortmund, like or the Ruhr it's called. It's very
Yeah.
industrial. And Schalke, I think it's Schalke, yeah, basically was a factory club at first. It was workers who worked in the factory who played for that team Schalke. So now
Yeah.
it's evolved a bit. So
Yeah.
and I think Wolfsburg was something with VW at the beginning or something as well, wasn't it?
Wolfsburg, that's another one. That's a good one. I love it how you just say that, and yet we're watching them.
Yeah, we're a bit of a
Completely forgot.
yeah.
It's something to be honest, it's something I would like to have on my read list.
Yes, if anyone's got any I'd say recommendations on business and football in that sense, then we're all ears.
Absolutely. Do let us know in the live chat page. But yeah, it's funny because our mutual friend Harry Wright told me all about this, about PSV and Bayer Leverkusen. Harry's a good man for random things to know about football.
Yes, how to say it, cultural knowledge that is quite broad but not specific.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm not really sure how it works, but yeah, I'm sure it's. I think I used to think that was the thing with Airbus. You've got Vauxhall Motors as well, haven't you? Like that's a club in England, and you've got the Met Police. I don't know what they're called, Metropolitan Police FC. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure if police officers are actually involved in that. But it is, the name is there, so it makes you wonder.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel confident for police officers if they had to spend their day on a football pitch.
Can you imagine if you do a foul, you're going into an overnight cell.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to put the Leipzig game on so I can.
He's leaving me, folks. He's leaving.
Oh no! I'm keep waiting.
I feel like I've been cheated, but this is even worse than when your wife cheats on you, and yet I'm not married.
Wow, so dramatic, eh?
Wow, what can I say? These footballers are dramatic. Just touch their back and they'll fall over and think you hit them with a car.
Call you a snowflake.
And there has been some snow recently. Thank you, Seb. And yet you said that because it was out of your window.
It all closed the circle of relevance.
50 minutes gone. Bayer Leverkusen 0, Wolfsburg 1, and it's only one goal so far. It was a header in the first half from Baku for the away team to separate the two sides, and there really has not. It's been a lot more action in the midfield, but that's it really.
I've just turned it on, and Mainz have got a third.
Oh,
and I'll say, I don't like being right when someone messes up, but Gulashi, that's a big error.
Oh dear.
The cross comes in, and he's just going for the ball, waiting for it in his hands, and the player gets ahead of him and scores. Now, I can't see who it is who's got the goal, but the state of that pitch, it's Barrio. My God, that pitch is awful.
And actually, just as you say that, I think Wolfsburg are now leading Union Berlin 2-1 after 53 minutes.
Wolfsburg?
Wolfsburg.
Oh, Wolfsburg. I thought you said Wolfsburg. I was like, getting the wrong ones there, Jamie.
No. Well, they're trying to avoid an equaliser from Leverkusen at the moment. Oh, well defended by Schlager.
So, in the Eintracht Frankfurt match versus Arminia, it's 4-1 to Frankfurt.
Oh, I just saw it. 3-1. Has it just checked? Yeah, you're right. It's
a Nilsson own goal.
Oh dear.
I wonder what happened there.
Oh, there's some more goals in England. West Ham are 2-0 up now over Doncaster, and our mutual friend Connor's team, Nottingham Forest, are now 2-0 down to Swansea after just 37 minutes.
And Sheffield United have taken the lead through Chris Basham.
Yes, against Plymouth Argyle, which, let's be honest, Chris Wilder needs a win today. They need something.
I don't know, but I thought they were unfortunate against Tottenham, actually. Their last game, they lost, and then they won their 2 games before that, Newcastle and Bristol Rovers. They don't lose by a lot.
Haven't we? Where they're not a bad team, and I agree. I watched them against Man United back in December, and they nearly got a draw. It was 3-2 at the end, which the scoreline says it in itself. They were
both goalkeepers really helped in that match to get the goals up, didn't they?
I think Dean Henderson played in that game, didn't
he? He messed up for 2 goals, I'd say.
Yeah. And
he apologised afterwards on his Instagram, and he said, sorry for the error, and I was like, you put that in singular?
But yeah, it's just it's one of those where I think Sheffield United are probably going to go down, where people, I think some people will go and look at it and think, if you've been watching them all season, you'd think, sadly, that's Premier League football.
It is.
You can have a good
3 have got to go
still
down.
What's that?
3 have got to go down.
Yeah, it's Sheffield United are going down. It's a shame, but what they
We
did last season
we gave our
overachieved.
predictions 2 weeks ago, was it?
I think so, yeah.
I said Sheffield United, West Brom, and Newcastle.
I think it will just be that as well.
I think Brighton, with little wins every now and then, have saved themselves, like against Leeds the other day. And I think they'll get a few performances. But in a regular season, the amount of points that Brighton get would probably go down. Or just, I think it's a very low scoring year. A low point scoring year, shall I say.
No.
And this is where Newcastle will come to Villa Park tonight and then just absolutely annihilate them and prove me wrong. You know how my predictions work, Jamie. That's the way it goes. So there's also Leipzig playing in their blue kit that's got orange around the collar, underneath the arms, and I think it's just gorgeous. I don't know what anyone else thinks. I just think it's brilliant. Absolutely love it.
Which one are you on about, sorry?
The Leipzig kit. I think that's their third kit. I think it's the third kit.
Oh, third kit, yeah, because they normally play in white, don't they?
They're playing white, yeah. I think that's the third kit.
And Wolfsburg are playing in their third kit teams today, which I thought they'd play in their good old green, but...
But it's a similar shade to their first kit, isn't it?
In a way, yeah. I mean, I liked their kit last season when it was, I think it was either navy or black, and they had the green cross at the front with the VW badge. There's always some random shirts out there where you always remember certain teams because of their shirt sponsor.
Yeah, you associate them, don't you? Yeah.
Or like when United had Sharp or Liverpool had Colesberg, you remember those?
I always thought the most iconic one was the Carlsberg one for Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's never seemed the same after that. Sharp I got over for United, but all with O2 and Arsenal.
Yeah. Or, I mean, I guess a little bit of Vodafone and United for a little bit as well.
Yeah, that became a bit more iconic, I guess.
But
obviously me saying O2 shows my age, because I think a lot of other Arsenal fans would probably say VHS. Or was it VHS?
No. JVC.
JVC, yeah, that's the one. VHS,
which,
yeah.
It looked good on the yellow away shirt they had.
Yeah.
I remember that. I actually saw it the other day, because, you know, I sell a few shirts, but I had someone that was selling
little plug in there, Jamie, right?
Well, yeah, first shirt pulling.
Okay, so just
we do have a website being made soon.
So contacting your brother for a little help, I see.
How did you know?
I'm looking on their website, Leipzig's website, and they've got the home shirt, which is the white one, the away one, which is this blue one. I didn't know. But then they've got one that's written 4th jersey, which is a red one. Now, a big problem here. Because usually between 2 and 3, no, 2 and 4, there's a 3. So I'm wondering what their third shirt is. It's not even on their website. Nothing.
Oh.
I am deeply bothered by this now. But they have a UEFA Champions League jersey. A particular one for the UEFA Champions League one. And that's stunning as well. You best get onto this, Jamie. Those shirts are something.
I'll have to have a look. I've got some Maradona Argentina shirts that came in yesterday from the '86 World Cup. Which
can't get more iconic than that, can you?
Well, it's funny because it's kind of like music when it comes to Christmas. You know, you have certain songs that come back into the charts because it's relevant, and then when you have football shirts, for example, when Maradona died, his Argentina '86 shirt started to sell again. Not saying that they weren't selling before, but you know, I think the numbers were higher than they normally would be.
Yeah, that's normal, but it's still one of the most iconic World Cup performances ever. So,
I mean, absolutely. I think it was. I can't remember what the shirt maker was. Was it Sportef or was it? But
can't say there. No idea.
But you'd have, like, for example, the France '98 shirt, which is a very iconic shirt, and a lot of people like that one with Zidane on the back because, of course, he won the World Cup.
I'd go for a Baggio '94 one. That's got to be something.
Baggio, I've sold one of them.
That's
Our
something.
mutual friend Andy Pollard got one off me.
Yeah, that's another iconic World Cup performance that's not talked about enough.
It's very popular, that shirt. It's a beautiful shirt. It feels... Well, actually, no, you're probably right. Maybe it doesn't get talked about enough. You don't see it a lot.
We talk about Pele in '58, we talk about Maradona in '86, but
yeah,
it does get mentioned, Baggio, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think then you have maybe a Beckham shirt now and again. They're quite popular. I had a Beckham PSG shirt, which sold very well. Sold quite a lot. I got that for quite a lot.
That sounds like an odd one to me, but yeah, why not?
I think it was just a bit iconic because everyone just looks at it as his last shirt before he retired, basically.
But the cross just went in for Wolfsburg, and they could have gotten the end of that.
Could have gone to the end.
Just to compare these two teams, when they put their crosses in, Wolfsburg, Bayer Leverkusen aren't cutting out the crosses. Wolfsburg are.
No.
So there's a bit of a difference in how they're approaching their defending now. It feels like I think the Bayer Leverkusen players are scared for aerial challenges, or even just heading the ball. But yeah, you were saying about shirts, yeah.
But yeah, I think, like for example, the one thing I've learned about iconic shirts is it's easy to think one's iconic, if that makes sense, just because you remember it and you might have memories from it. But yeah, that's what I've learned from selling them, where you actually buy it at first and think it's going to sell, and it actually doesn't.
Yeah, iconic is also subjective, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It
It comes down to what you think, I think. But like for example, I had the one regret I had was getting a Shevchenko Chelsea shirt, and the moment I bought that, I think I regretted it, and then I mentioned it to my brother. My brother was like, "Okay." I was like, "Yeah, don't know why."
Yeah.
It was an away shirt as well, that like fluorescent one they had.
Oh yeah. I'm just going to give
think it was rare. But
just going to give an update on the Rome Spezia game. It's 3-3, and Chris Smalling has made a howler of a mistake there. He tried clearing it and just fluffed it and didn't get it, and then Spezia going behind. I'd say that he's made faults for all 3 goals now. Shocking performance.
We'll start in the next game if that is the case.
He's been decent for Rome. Against Inter Milan, he was brilliant. He had Lukaku in his pocket in that first half. But then there's games like this, and he wasn't good against Lazio either.
Oh, yeah. We've had a few messages. We do apologise if you.
Sorry, literally everyone watching by.
Manvidra.
Yeah, Wirtz. He had a shot though.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just reading his message. Literally. Everyone watching Bayer Leverkusen for this kid Wirtz, hype around this kid is unreal. Go on, Seb, you were going to say?
Yeah, I was going to mention the comments as well, but I didn't get around to it. Yeah, I can't pretend that I watch Bayer Leverkusen every week, so yeah, good to know that about Wirtz and keep an eye on him. He had a chance in the first half, got in the box. I'd like to know what kind of midfielder he is then. Is he one who gets late in the box and then gets chances, or let us know.
Benjamin Brunner has also said, hey there, do you think Leverkusen will manage to score? Well,
look like it, does it?
It's a very close game, and maybe there's one more goal, but it's definitely not going to be much opportunities between the two. So
yeah, we've got a comment.
Leverkusen are going to score 50-50 if you ask me.
We've got a comment from Manvedra. Sorry for the pronunciation again, and saying, are you guys even reading the chat? Sorry, we did keep our eye off it for too long. We got around to it.
We got around to it.
This
is why I need a second monitor.
Yeah. I could have kept my eye on it.
Oh, there's a corner here for Wolfsburg. 62 minutes gone. Still 1-0. Of course, people mention Wirtz, and an ex-United player has just come on the pitch at the start of the second.
I don't believe it. It's 4-3 to Roma.
4-3 to Roma in Italy.
Oh, good God, Pellegrini, getting the goal.
Is that his second?
No, he got 1 assist before. My God, this is some game.
Oh, I thought it was a free header then, but no, I'm getting the teams mixed up here. got cleared away by Leverkusen at the end. There was no threat really. I
Yeah.
don't think even anyone went for it. So. Oh, we got another. Benjamin Bunners just goes, I hope so. I have €20 on a draw between the two. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for you, Benjamin. Fingers crossed, mate.
I had it on a Leverkusen win, so one of us looks to.
Who do I go for, Benjamin or Seb? Benjamin or Seb?
Do you think Pedri, Frenkie, Wirtz would be the best midfield in the world? I think Pedri and Frenkie are excellent. They're just amazing, aren't they? I'd like to see more of this Wirtz. I haven't been watching him enough. I'll admit that.
I'm the same with Seb, to be honest. But if you're watching the game with us, let us know how you think his game is going so far.
So Wirtz, who's 17 years old, he got a goal against Dortmund the other night. So that's 3 goals this season for a 17-year-old. Nice.
That's
that
3 goals. That's really good.
3 goals, 17 games. I don't know how many as a substitute. I guess quite a handful of them.
I do apologise. I keep bringing up something to do with United at the moment, but it's like Mason Greenwood last season. Was he 18 last season?
Yeah.
And I think he got like 17, 18 goals, which was a record at the club for how young he is. And it's just, I love kids, already having that confidence.
So this must bring about the question about, I know Havertz didn't play exactly in this midfield position, sometimes on the right wing, sometimes I don't know where, it's a free roaming 10, whatever. But is this Wirtz the reason why they were happy to accept the 80 million and let him go?
Diaby just cancelled out there from the goalkeeper. Sorry, repeat that, Seb.
With a talent like Wirtz, is this why Leverkusen were very confident of selling Havertz? I know they don't play exactly the same position. Yeah, someone scored the winner against Dortmund yesterday. It'll come up on the stream soon enough.
Of course, don't forget to subscribe, Benjamin and Manvindra, if you want to keep an eye out on our watch-alongs. You're probably subscribing to us already. That's the weird thing about YouTube. You don't really know who's subscribing to you sometimes. You don't get the notification.
Leverkusen attempted a long ball there, and it just was to no one.
No, there's some of they're cancelling each other out, aren't they, Seb? It's not much going on.
I'm not even too sure.
It could be 2, or it's a good save at the end.
I think it's too cliche to say it often, but it seems like, it's an easy way to analyse a game is saying they're too tired, but there seems to be errors that come from fatigue.
Yeah. Well, they're coming again, Wolfsburg. Oh, yeah. It just goes to no one in the box.
That's a dangerous That's a dangerous ball to play in your own half. Yet again, this is what Leverkusen do. You've got to be 100% sure you get that right, and you didn't there. Was that Jonathan Tah who did that pass?
Yeah.
Not been totally impressed with him, but then if you look at the centre-back pairing at Bayer Leverkusen, it's a young partnership there.
Oh, thank you, Benjamin. He's just subscribed. Much appreciated, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And Manvindra has just come back and said, do you think Carlos Perez has been a good selling to Roma?
Ooh, wouldn't be able to say, honestly. I honestly can't tell you. I don't know. I haven't watched enough Roma.
Ooh,
I only saw against Napoli and Inter.
Thank you, Manvendra, with your subscription as well. Much appreciated. We're on later on, me and Seb again at 5:30. We're doing a final whistle show kind of style where we'll have a couple of games on in the background, so feel free to join us for that as well.
So Carlos Perez, who was mentioned there, he signed from Barcelona. Doesn't look like he's featured that much. That's why I was a bit confused when asking, because I haven't really seen much of him now. Young player, there must be something there.
Yeah.
I don't know. And attacking players, I like a few of the attacking players that Roma have honed in the past. They mix that with experience and youth.
Well, Leverkusen have the ball at the front foot at the moment. Just over 20 minutes to go. It's Diaby with the ball. He does well to keep on. It is Fosa Mensah, the new signing on the right wing.
And yeah,
comes in, no one there.
If Perez is playing in that attacking role, when Zaniolo comes back, I know it's a long injury, Zaniolo should be starting again. And that's also something we should mention, a very young Italian talent, Zaniolo, who's, I think it's an ACL injury again, I'm not too sure. But this is the second one in his career, and it's just awful. It's just awful to see a young player go through that many injuries, that many serious injuries. So will Perez play when Zaniolo's back? I don't know. Remains to be seen.
We actually got another message from Manvendra. He says, so it's Man City. Of course, they play against Cheltenham in the FA Cup in over an hour. He says in an hour and a half's time. How do you looking for it? What are you looking for? I guess, I presume you're asking what to expect from the game, but
we know what to expect. Pep Guardiola does like the FA Cup, doesn't he? Well, whether he takes it seriously or not, I don't know, but I mean, he likes these cup competitions in England.
Man City could have a really good season.
I like them. I really like them.
I think they're hit and miss still in the Prem. I think every team is, though, because everyone's been on and off form, and they're having a very good patch at the moment. But if that form continues, like another 6-game win streak or something like that, they're the best for me.
So I mentioned in our group chat that I think it's the past 16 games, City have only conceded in 3 of them. 33% of the goals they've conceded this season, we're halfway through about. 33% of the goals they've conceded in the Premier League this season have come against Leicester. So that just says a lot. They are solid. And I'm disappointed that I mentioned this yesterday to you. I'm disappointed that Diaz is in that defence, because if it were Laporte, they all have birthdays on the 27th and 28th of May in that defence. Walker and Stones, I think, is on the 28th. Laporte and Cancelo on the 27th of May.
In the same month?
The same days. 27th and 28th of May, all of them. In that City defence. Now Diaz, I think, is in March, so it completely threw that all out now. But yeah, when they play Cancelo, Walker, Laporte and Stones, 27th and 28th of May represented there. Useless fact. Useless. Absolutely useless.
Absolutely useless fact. But Mavendra has just said, so Gundogan is the David Silva replacement, or is it Phil Foden? If you ask me, it's Phil Foden.
I don't think so. I disagree with you there. I think Gundogan plays a more David Silva role than Foden
and he
does.
Looks more like him. I get it.
well, no, not really, but
and the little beard and the black hair. I don't know.
I think what's important to City that doesn't get mentioned enough is Rodri. When City have had success, they've had Fernandinho in that holding midfield role, and that cuts off the attacks. That really saves the defence so much. When Rodri's he started his City career badly, I'd say, and that's probably where they struggled last season. They were getting run over so quickly, so I thought Rodri wasn't great last season. I think he's a lot better this season, a lot more comfortable in that position, and that's why City, I think, are also a lot better defensively, because they've got someone like that who can cut off those fast transitions from opposing teams.
Yeah, and he also asks, and what future holds for the Port? Well,
intriguing, isn't it?
I'll tell you this, Seb. I really like the Port. I think he's a great centre-back, which is an obvious thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just one of those cases, isn't it, of classic cases of can he be reliable for a whole season because of his injuries that he gets. But I think for Man City, the fear is letting him go, and then somehow it works out for him somewhere else.
So he's injured now, but it really was the end of him at City after that Tottenham game. So I don't know, because Diaz is doing well and Stones is doing well. It's hard to say, is it the end of him? I was speaking to a Man City fan the other day, and he was saying, well, they bought Diaz because they didn't have enough strength and depth. Well, yeah, but if your strength and depth is spending 50 million on a defender, that's a bit excessive, isn't it? So I think one day City may have to sell one of the defenders, because you can't have 4 centre-backs who cost more than 45 million euros. That's not a sustainable business plan.
No.
I think Laporte will go sometime soon. I don't know if it'll be in the summer, but I think he will go.
How old is he?
He's 26. He's born in 94. 27th of May, 1994. And John Stones is the 28th of May 1994.
John Stones. It's funny, isn't it, how this season has completely changed it round for him, which, thank goodness, I guess, for an England perspective.
Yeah, I think if you're looking at England right now, the two centre-backs you choose, if they choose two at the back, which is not a given, it's Stones and Maguire for me.
Yeah.
And I know Maguire, I think, gets too much stick because of the price tag.
I think, you know what, you've said exactly what I've thought about the whole Maguire thing, where if we'd got him for 40, 30 or whatever from Leicester, which if he wasn't English, it probably would have been. I'm not sure. But
yeah, there's definitely an argument to be made, but the price was over the top.
Yeah.
But
that creates more pressure.
Yeah, of course. And there's nothing Maguire himself could do about that.
There is two sides to it, though, where, like, as a United fan, should I really care how much we spent on the player? Because it's not my money, is it? It's the club's.
No, you should. You should care. You should.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I don't know. I kind of don't care, really, because at the same time, it's not my money, but at the same time, it is kind of, you're getting paid a lot of money. You've convinced the club to pay this price tag, so now you've got to show it. Like Ronaldo, when he went to Real Madrid, obviously it was worth it, but I'm just saying at that time, that was the biggest transfer in football history. So
we've got a good shout from Manvendra, if I pronounced that right. Please tell me if I haven't. Said Longley is underperforming this season. Maybe Barca need a left-footed centre back. That's not the worst shout. Yeah, I think Barcelona could do with another centre back, but then again, I mean, Piqué's been injured for a while, if I'm not wrong. But then Araujo, if I'm pronouncing that right, apparently he's really impressed the Barcelona fans. So I don't know. They're going to stick with Longley. I'm almost certain of that. Yeah. I'm not Longley's biggest fan either. I think that there are too many errors in his game. But yeah, I'd like to see where Barcelona get money to be able to sign Laporte, because their financial situation is currently dreadful. They haven't paid their annual bonuses to their players. So
that is bad.
I find it hard to see how they'd manage to buy someone like Laporte. And Man City would want to make some sort of profit on that. I don't know.
Leverkusen on the attack. Cross comes in. It's back to Nort again, and they've got themselves a throw-in on the near side, and I think Diaby going to take it. Yes, he does. It's a quick throw-in.
But then to come on to the Longley point again, I know some say like 4 years ago he was in the second division in France. That's fine, yes. Or the third division in France, I'm not too sure. So he's come a long way quite quickly. But this is his third full season at Barca now, and he should be asserting his dominance, his leadership, if he does have any, right now, and it doesn't seem to be the case.
No.
So I'd be worried on that aspect.
And yeah, 2 to 3 years is enough time.
Well, maybe it isn't. He's still 25. He's younger than me. It's difficult, especially with a club like Barcelona under so much pressure just generally, with elections coming up, the whole financial situation, the whole footballing situation. There is a lot of pressure, but I think Longley could do better right now. I think he should do better.
My main concern is Benjamin right now, one of our viewers. He's got a bet on a draw here, and there's about
I'm not confident Leverkusen are going to get it.
No, I think you've said it spot on earlier. You said there's that fatigue, maybe in both teams as well. But Wolfsburg, the only one that were able to. Oh, quick free kick there. That would have been if he completed the pass on the edge of the box. He was completely unmarked, and he could have found himself through on goal. So that could have been 2-0.
So that's our new favourite, Wirtz, who gave away that free kick. Yeah.
Bayer Leverkusen have it back in possession.
I always find it weird, Arnold. It's a clever, quick free kick.
It was. I mean, it is as typical. If you can catch them off guard, it can work. But sadly,
yeah, of course.
I mean, it just wasn't as accurate as he'd hoped in the past. But I think you're absolutely right, though. There is definitely fatigue in these teams.
Yeah.
You can see it.
I'm still not impressed with the defence, though. I'm not impressed with this Leverkusen defence. They seem just asleep. And that's another pass that goes to no one. That just goes to no one at all. So that was Sink grabbing. and he was the only change that Leverkusen made for after their 2-1 win against Dortmund the other night.
Oh, hang on, we've just had another message where
1-1.
Rakib Sohail, who's just said 1-1, who's just joined the chat.
Yeah, maybe, but there's got to be
it to be.
there's got to be a bit more conviction, even in midfield or defence, before they get to attack. So.
And there's actually an injury at the moment for one of the Bayer players, and I think the last player to have in possession was Schalager for Wolfsburg, but it doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't look good at all. He looks very much down.
Let's have a look. He stretched for the ball and then he landed back. I think it could be his knee. I think he stretched his leg out, his left leg, and then when he landed, there was no contact with the player. It was just the way he was trying to get the ball, and then.
Luckily, they have only made 4 substitutes. Yeah, he looks like he's going off.
That's a shame.
It is. He just nearly bends back the knee there, doesn't it? He stretches too much and then just lands badly on it.
Rakib, hopefully you do get that prediction right, because Benjamin Brunner, one of our members in the chat, has got a bet for it to be a draw. So let's hope you're right. And Rakib, feel free to subscribe to Let's Talk Sport for more of our watch-alongs. We really appreciate it. And we've got Gaga13 channel saying over 2.5 he's got, so 2-1 he's put as his bet, it seems, maybe, or his prediction at least. So that's
and Mavendra's also
want to be right. We just want some more goals in this game.
Mavendra's come to us and said we looked at the pool of talent in the league of the centre backs. I was going to mention Torres because I think Torres is an exceptional player, playing next to Albiol at the minute in Villarreal and playing under Emery. Let's not forget, who's just brilliant.
Yes,
he's
Emery,
he's not going to be the one to dominate the stats. He reads the game so well. But the big issue is he has scored for Barcelona already. If you want him to go to Barcelona, he scored that own goal when Villarreal played against them. This is where the criticism has come in. It's in the big games, Torres has looked a bit shaky. He's still young. He's 23. 23, I think. So that will come. But yeah, Torres, without doubt, is definitely one for the future. And I think the buyout clause is 50 million euros. I could be wrong. So clubs will look at that. And he's a great ball-playing centre-back. So yeah, I think Torres is definitely up there. And Koundé, we've mentioned on this channel before that I'm a big fan of Koundé. I absolutely love the way he plays. And he should be pushing to get a spot at Euro 2021. Or a starting spot, I mean. Yeah, I absolutely love it. Yeah, and he's put in Araujo. I can't pronounce it ever. Just mentioned before. Yeah, the one Araujo, the one I mentioned before, that Barcelona really like him at the moment. So they won't want to move him on anytime soon. 21, I think he is, Uruguayan. But yeah, Spain has a lot of good defensive talents at the moment. And we haven't even mentioned Atletico Madrid, who are terrific defensively. So
they loved.
La Liga has become a very, very good defense pool for those players. And yes, of course, Laporte did play under Bielsa at Atletico Bilbao.
Again, another corner there, just comes to nothing from Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to push for that goal, does it? They're not really swarming the box with players.
It was a good
disappointed
shot before when they on the edge of the box, but that's really all the Wolfsburg goalkeepers had to deal with in this second half.
Yeah, he had some easy saves in the first half, but in the second half, I think he's only had one save to make, hasn't he?
Well, Baku's just come off, and he's having a nice grin coming off, saying...
So the goal scorer has come off, and the one who provided the assist. But yeah, that's a good save. That's a good save from Castiles. Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah, so Castiles, who was terrific against Leipzig last weekend, and now has made some vital saves in this match. Yeah, I wanted to come to it before. I just saw the Mainz game. I've not really got my eyes on it, but the goalkeeper Zentner. Yeah, the goalkeeper Zentner just a few minutes ago just made a terrific save. I don't know who shot, but the save was low down and managed to jump very quickly there.
So, yeah,
But if they win 3-2
3-2
against Leipzig,
what a 3 points that would be.
that's huge.
So and it just, as I said before, the build-up has been, before today's game, has shown that they have got that spirit.
Yeah. So the last time that Mainz won a game was against Freiburg, 3-1, and it was Mateta who scored a hat-trick, who's now on loan at Crystal Palace.
When was that in the season? Was that October, November?
It was in November, I think. Yeah.
That's a good while since that.
Mateta scored a hat-trick, and he's now at Crystal Palace on loan.
Frankfurt have 5 over Armenia now.
Yeah.
With 5 minutes to go. Freiburg are still leading 2-1 over Stuttgart, and Augsburg leading 2-1 over Union Berlin. So there's been a lot of goals in other games, just the one in this one. Where it's
so we've got Luka Jovic with another goal, and my God, if it's nice to see after his spell at Real Madrid. Well, he's on loan at Frankfurt, so it's not really. We don't know how it will end at Real Madrid, but he really needs to find some form and confidence. Real Madrid, he had 2 goals in the league for Real Madrid his whole time there. So that's a season and a half. In one game, he got that within, I think, 10 minutes. I'm not too sure, I can't remember. In 10 minutes, he got the same goal tally as he had for Real Madrid for a season and a half. Admittedly, he didn't play every match. He came on as a substitute quite often. Yeah, good signs. Good signs.
Here's a question for you, Seb. You'll like this one from Mavendra. He's just said, "Who is more of a badass, Simeone or Gattuso?"
Okay. So that's a
question.
Yeah, that is because Atletico. Remind me, Atletico Madrid. Who are they playing in the Champions League? Are they playing? No, because Napoli aren't in it. Sorry, what was I thinking? They're playing. I'll just get it up now. Chelsea, of course, yeah. But yeah, Gattuso and Simeone. That'd be something. I still think Gattuso would have the upper hand. Wouldn't be an easy fight, would it? Now, but I'd love to see that.
If we're talking about their playing days as well, it's definitely Gattuso. Do you remember that collision he had with Joe Jordan?
Simeone could be really quite nasty sometimes. Don't underestimate him.
No, of course not. Simeone look at the spirit he showed at Anfield when they beat Liverpool last season.
Mm-hmm.
He just did not care about the Liverpool fans around him. He really rubbed it in.
So with Atletico Madrid being first in the league at the moment, it looks like I think they will win the title now. I think.
Really?
Because they've got the games in hand, and they just look like a title-winning team. And it's important that Trippier's back. Actually, this ban is. If he gets this 10-match ban, or 10-week ban, I think it is, that could be big, because I think he's the one who's provided the most assists for Atletico Madrid this season. So he's a key, and he's their only right back they've got. If you look at Atletico Madrid's squad, their defenders, they've got not a lot. So they're very organised, and they're actually playing a lot better now with Felix and Suarez up front. They have to play higher because Suarez is not the Griezmann who's going to run around the pitch for the 90 minutes and work his arse off. They've got to play around Suarez now and Felix. And they do that really well. And I think Atletico Madrid will win the league. They'll be in the Champions League. Now we just hope that Napoli stay in the top 4 spots and they face each other, Gattuso and Simeone. That'd be good. Zidane is having a little bad time for the first Super Copa, then the Copa del Rey. Now this guy Jovic got COVID as well. Yeah, Zidane is not having the best of times, and he is under pressure in Madrid at the moment. I don't think Real Madrid's finances aren't that good either, so if they were to dismiss Zidane, they'd have to pay him off and then find someone else to replace him.
Yeah.
I think Zidane's there to the end of the season. I think because they're still in the Champions League, they're still in the league title race. Because if Zidane gets second in a Champions League, it's still a success, and that's not beyond the realms of possibility. I don't think, and also because of what he's done for the club, he's won 3 Champions Leagues with them as manager. Because of that alone, I don't think Zidane is shown the door quickly. I think he still has time. But yeah, right to say the Super Cup and the Copa del Rey eliminations are bad, really bad. I mean, I didn't watch the Real Madrid match where they got eliminated in the cup. They had Marcelo on one of the, and Casemiro, I think, the notable players that were playing. But I think there's a record, like when Marcelo plays, Real Madrid lose. So that's on Zidane. Yeah, so a pretty embarrassing one. And I watched in the background Barcelona the other night on their pitch, not on their pitch, on the, I can't remember who they were playing in the Copa del Rey, that they just about got through.
Oh,
And they missed two penalties. And you
sorry,
can see on the pitch, yeah, no worries.
the Bayer Leverkusen player tried to keep it in, and when he booted it out in frustration, he nearly got the substitution in the face. Sorry, I had to share
I've just got it now. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean the slow motion. I mean he just misses him, but that would have been nasty. Yeah,
So, yeah.
I mean you play football, don't you, Seb? You're a defender, so I bet you've had a few moments where the ball's hit you right in the face.
No, I don't think I have.
Once,
I don't think I have. No. No, I don't think I've had the ball in my face. I have had some great moments as a defender. Like one of my favourite own goals I've ever scored is I was on the post from a corner, and I tried booting it away. But while I tried kicking it away, the ball swerved in front of our goalkeeper and then back round into the goal just on the left of the other guy covering the post.
Oh.
And that's for me one of the best own goals. Cornell, they play Cornell in the Copa del Rey. That's the one.
There are some historical own goals that are
just to update, I didn't know the team that Real Madrid played in the Copa del Rey. It was Cornell, if they want to pronounce it with the two L's. I'm not good at Spanish.
I'm worried about our friend Benjamin because
it's not coming for Leverkusen here, is it?
Yeah, and I don't think I can't expect much stoppage time. Maybe 2-3 minutes. Oh, it'll be 4. I'm sure Wade's found that. Maybe the injury that we saw.
Yeah, exactly. It looked like a bad injury. So, Bayer Leverkusen have only lost at home this season to Bayern Munich. So, this looks like it could be their second defeat. Whereas Wolfsburg, recently away from home, have only beaten Mainz and Schalke, who are the two last place teams. So,
I mean, it is a good result for Wolfsburg. Away from home, and also, as you said,
well, it puts them in the top four. They go fourth, yeah. They're now level on points with Leverkusen.
Yeah, and when Dortmund lost as well.
But let's put this into context now. Frankfurt, yes, they're 5-1 up. It's not going to change in the next 4 or 5 minutes. Dortmund are now 6th. Oh, they just changed. Something just changed in the table there. Oh, no, Dortmund would be 7th, aren't they? Yeah, they'll be 7th.
A moments away, Seb, from beating Leipzig. Still 3-2 there.
Yes, but Leipzig are well ahead of Dortmund anyway, so
yeah,
they're 6 points clear.
Well, what a result that would be for Bayern Munich ahead of a game against Schalke tomorrow, who are struggling.
It seems like every time we do these, Jamie, we should say at the end of it, without having seen Bayern play, they're the winners out of all.
Yeah, we seem to be their good luck charm, maybe. But that's on tomorrow. And there will be a watch along for that, I'm sure, on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to Let's Talk Sport, and you can be notified when it comes out, the stream.
Okay.
Subscribe if you haven't already.
PK would be proud of that own goal, sobbing in silence. Yeah.
Oh, there was a nasty collision there. I think it was a high kick on that Wolfsburg player. It's going to be a yellow card.
Just to keep Manvender up to date, my best season, I think I scored about 4 own goals. That was one hell of a season.
What's that feeling like though when you're responsible for an own goal?
When it gets to a certain amount, you dwell on it less because it's almost, you just have to laugh it off. No, in the moment, obviously, you're pissed off. But the one that swerved around into the goal, we were winning that match 3-0 at the time, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones you laugh at. Yeah, but this is the risk you take. I'm a very old-fashioned kind of player. I'm a sweeper, so I'm very near my goal quite often. So that's where the errors come from. I love that. I can never. I always just keep dropping back and playing sweeper. It's gone. The game is gone without sweepers. Goo. Thank you, Byram. Oh, goal.
Goo.
Oh.
Goal. Where from?
Oh, I'm guessing this must be. He's tricking us. He's tricking us now.
Are you tricking us, or are you ahead on the stream?
Well, no, because I've got the live score up and it's still 1-0.
Well, there's literally less than 60 seconds to go. Hang on, here come. Oh no, Wolfsburg have won it back. and it's back to their keeper, and he boots it out far and high. And
Yeah,
last man. Oh no.
See, this is what we were saying. Leverkusen can't deal with any balls in the air. They can't. Yet Leverkusen have resorted
from the get-go, it feels.
Exactly, but yet Leverkusen have resorted to hoofing it long.
Well,
it's like turkeys calling for Christmas. They're setting themselves a trap.
Yeah, Byram, I think you tricked us there, mate. It's still
1-0
in front of us, but it's literally 15 seconds.
I think he means. I think he wants a goal. Don't worry, we're all losing out with Bayer Leverkusen. I'll win 30,000 euros if they scored.
Oh, what? Where?
That's Byram. That's Byram.
Oh, I will win. Oh no!
Yeah,
no, I
okay,
actually really want them to, Byram, just so you can get that 30,000 euros. Sorry, 3,000 euros. No, was it? No, that is 30,000, isn't it? Yeah.
Jamie, we've got a question from Manvendra again. So we ending it after the match or going longer today? Tell them about it, Jamie. Now we're back on after.
We are back on in an hour, Manvendra, from 5:25. We will be doing a watch along for Cheltenham versus Man City and AC Milan versus Atalanta, and we'll also be talking about all the results from the day and previewing the games that are still to take place.
There'll be more of us on this afternoon.
Well, it's full time, and sadly for Byram, he doesn't get the money, and neither does.
That's a difficult one to take. That's a difficult one to take.
Such a shame.
So I'm just turning away now to Mainz Leipzig, and Leipzig are pushing up at 6 minutes of added time.
6 minutes of added time. So
we're in the 5th minute, so.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so good win for Wolfsburg, eh?
Well, yeah, what a win, even though they didn't have to do much, but they got the win. And I'm just watching the Mainz Leipzig game now, and yes, I know what you mean by the Leipzig kit. I do like it. It does remind you of Red Bull.
It's brilliant, isn't it? I think it's brilliant.
It reminds me of their Red Bull race uniform a little bit. That's the kind of colours they use.
Yeah, but let's give Wolfsburg credit. They got their game plan correct today, and also not forgetting they've only lost 2 games this season against Dortmund and Bayern Munich. Both being away from home.
Which
so
is great credit, yeah.
So credit to them, yeah.
Well, the ball's just gone out of play, so I think that might be the last chance now. I think there's literally seconds to go. Mainz with a famous win here if it stays like this.
Yep. This is key. This is key to Mainz.
Well, what a win. Look at the relief. Look at the joy for the bench there. They know they've had a tricky few months. And, well, the last few weeks have been so close against Dortmund and Bayern Munich. But what a win that is for Mainz. If anything, it keeps their hopes alive to try and somehow stay out of the relegation zone. But, Seb, I mean, we watched the wrong game, didn't we?
Well, I had them on some... I barely watched either, just trying to keep up. Oh, he's from India.
Oh, nice to Mavendra saying it's 10 p.m. in India.
10 p.m.
So that is late. Are you a fan of cricket? I'm sure you are. From being from India, it's a great sport.
He said it's been fun having us. It's been fun having your comments as well, Manvendra.
We will be back on in an hour if you're going to stay up late, my friend. We'll be back on. I presume at your time it'll be around 11 p.m. something like that. So feel
Jamie
free.
Adding up there.
That's great, isn't it?
You were thinking about it, like, how does time work?
So, actually, let's just quickly go through the Bundesliga scores. And they're all full-time now. So, Augsburg 2, Union Berlin 1. That's our game we've just had. Leverkusen losing at home to Wolfsburg by 1-0, thanks to Baku's header in the first half, separating the two sides. Freiburg 2, Stuttgart 1. Mainz, a famous win over Leipzig to keep their hopes alive of being in the Bundesliga for next season. Arminia 1, Frankfurt 5. What a result that is for Frankfurt. An absolute goal fest at Arminia this afternoon. And if we quickly look at the live table, Bayern Munich stay top, and they'll be thrilled before they even go and play Schalke tomorrow, who are struggling.
Leipzig couldn't even go top if they won. So if they win tomorrow, Bayern Munich, that's 7 points cleared. Oh, it's we don't want that. We don't want that. We want competition. We want these champions to be dethroned.
Well, I don't really mind who wins as long as it's close. But yeah, we don't
True,
want
yeah.
it to be.
But it fizzled
one-sided.
out near the end of last season where Bayern
Jamie,
Munich just stormed away with it near the end. Jamie the mathematician.
I'm the mathematician. Yeah, you'll be surprised I'm not. I actually was in set 6 in maths class at school, which set 6 out of 7 sets. That's 6 classes out of 7.
Yeah, that was
the worst.
That was
basically.
very excessive separations of the different levels, right?
I shouldn't have told him that, Seb, should I? Because he might have thought I was a real mathematician then. I was like, oh, I could have fooled him, but damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
well.
yeah.
But looking at the rest of the table, look at Mainz now. They're 17th, and Schalke now. There's pressure on them now.
They're still 5 points off any sort of safety.
But it's
Yeah.
better than-
Okay. So the bottom 2 get relegated, and the one above bottom will play third place in. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, third place in the second Bundesliga, and there's a playoff match over 2 legs. So Werder Bremen, if I'm not wrong, are the ones who were saved last season because they won their relegation playoff match.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this year it looks like it might be Cologne. I
So-
pronounced that wrong.
So, lads, lads, it's only Seb and I. Anyway, Bavendra, just before we wrap up, says it's my third memory of Wolfsburg. One is Kevin De Bruyne playing there, and second, Robert scoring 5 against them. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But,
Iconic.
Very iconic. De Bruyne at Wolfsburg. That feels like a very long time ago. It's at least 6
Absolutely,
years.
yeah.
Does feel like a long time ago. Anyway, my thanks to Seb True, and my thanks to you lot at home watching our live watch along this afternoon. Thank you for keeping us company. And of course, this isn't over, lads. Don't worry. We'll be back on in an hour, and do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport, and of course be ready for
Notified
future
when-
watch alongs.
yeah.
So get rid of the final whistle show in just over an hour's time in the UK and local time. That'll be 5:25. So we will see you very, very